Canelo, you a bitch. I'm putting it out there.
Bitch ass motherfucker. What happened?
I know that.
So what I do, YouTube? It's your boy KD and this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. Okay, so before we get going on the video, man, y'all know what to do. Go on ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy, so we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. So yeah, bro, y'all see what the title of the video is, man. 5 reasons why Demetrius Andrade embarrasses David Benavides on November 25th. You know what I mean? On November 25th. Y'all hear what y'all see what the title of the video is, bro. So yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? With the fight approaching, man, I want to go on ahead and put it on out there that Demetrius Andrade, he's going to embarrass David Benavides. He's going to beat David Benavides, right? He's going to make it look a lot easier than a lot of people can fully comprehend at this particular moment in time, and I'm gonna break down exactly why, right? I'm gonna break down exactly why, you know what I mean? And I feel like I need to do this because I be hearing a lot of people online giving predictions on this fight, man, and you know, a lot of niggas acting like they know boxing, but they really don't. A lot of niggas portraying like they watch the fight game, but they really don't. A lot of niggas who picked Earl Spence to beat Terrence Crawford, you know what I mean? And that in itself should tell you everything you need to know about these niggas and their boxing knowledge, right? Right? That should tell you everything you need to know about these niggas and their boxing knowledge, right? These niggas picked Earl Spence to beat Terrence Crawford, right? And I know what the pushback on that is gonna be, right? These niggas gonna be in the comment section crying and shit. What you mean, KD? These fights are 50-50. There's no way. Listen, everybody doesn't get every fight wrong, or everybody doesn't get every fight right. Right? That's what these niggas gonna be in my comment section crying about. Right? But the thing about Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence Jr. is you niggas got everything wrong about that fight. Right? You niggas didn't just predict that Earl was gonna lose, but you niggas got everything wrong about that fight. Everything there was to get wrong about that fight, you niggas got wrong about that fight, right? You niggas said Earl was stronger than Terrence Crawford. Nigga Bud was light years stronger than Earl Spence. Pushed him all over the ring, slung his ass around the ring like a goddamn bag of potatoes. You niggas said Earl had the better jab. Nigga Bud by far had a far better jab than Earl Spence Jr., right? Completely wrong. You niggas said that Earl was gonna be the bigger, stronger guy than Terrence Crawford. Light years. Earl looked like Earl looked like Bud's son in that motherfucking ring, right? Earl looked like Bud's son in the ring, right? Like that nigga, like Bud raised that nigga, right? Like Bud used to take that nigga to little league football games, right? That nigga used to drop Earl off at Optimus football, right? That's what that shit looked like, bro. Bud looked like that nigga daddy in the ring, right? Everything that you niggas could possibly say about what Earl Spence was gonna do to beat Terrence Crawford, you niggas were wrong about every single aspect of the fight. You niggas said Earl would never get stopped by Bud Crawford. Got stopped in 9. Could have got stopped in 3, right? Every single thing there was to get wrong about the fight, you niggas got wrong, right? And that's why you niggas don't know shit about boxing. Not just because you picked the wrong guy, well, because you niggas predicted everything that you niggas predicted about that fight. It was the complete opposite, right? You niggas got that shit completely wrong, right? That's why you niggas don't know shit about boxing. And this is another motherfucking example of it, right? This is another example of you niggas not knowing what the fuck you talking about, because I hear a lot of you weird ass niggas online telling me that Demetrius Andrade is going to get stopped by David Benavides. That David Benavides is just a bigger, stronger guy, and because of that, he's going to beat Demetrius Andrade and blah, 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 yakety schmackety. Do you notice you niggas have a trend? You niggas have a trend of using this same string of logic to determine who's gonna win certain fights. Like you niggas don't look at boxing skills. You don't do matchup analyses or anything like that. You basically base who's gonna win based on who's bigger. Well, this guy's bigger, so he's gonna win. He uses pressure, so he's gonna win, right? Like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, what? I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say this. I don't know how many times I need to say this. But in boxing, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills in boxing. Let me say that shit again. Skills pay the bills in boxing. Let me say that shit again. Skills pay the bills in boxing, right? With enough skill, you can beat a nigga that's bigger than you, right? With enough skill, you can beat a nigga that's bigger than you. Floyd Mayweather showed us many times, right? Beating guys that were bigger than him. Canelo Alvarez, right? Being a prime example of somebody far bigger than Floyd Mayweather, but he went in there and dominated Canelo Alvarez like it wasn't nothing. Terrence Crawford. Earl was the bigger guy for the Terrence Crawford fight. Terrence went in there, dominated Earl Spence like it wasn't shit, right? I mean, there's so many examples of this bigger guy logic falling apart, falling to pieces. But you niggas continuously keep using that same fucking logic to justify why you think somebody's gonna win a fight. But that ain't how boxing works, right? So let me school you ridiculous ass niggas and share with you exactly why Demetrius Andrade is gonna embarrass David Benavides, right? Okay, so the first reason, and this should be the most obvious reason that Demetrius Andrade is going to beat and embarrass David Benavides. The first reason Demetrius Andrade is going to embarrass David Benavides, and again, it should be the most obvious. He's a better fighter. Let me say that shit again. He's a better fighter. Let me say that shit again. He's a better fighter than David Benavides. He does everything better than David Benavides. His feet are faster. His hands are faster. I don't give a fuck how quickly you niggas think David Benavides moves his hands. Demetrius Andrade moves his hands faster. Okay? Let me say that shit again. I don't give a fuck how fast you think David Benavides moves his hands. Demetrius Andrade moves his hands quicker. But if that ain't enough, Demetrius Andrade has the better jab. He throws the better combinations. He has the better defense. He has the better boxing IQ, right? And you know, this is obvious. This is obvious shit, bro. Like, any nerd can see this shit. He has the better boxing IQ, right? And I'm tired of hearing you niggas compare Demetrius Andrade's boxing IQ to Caleb Plant. Please stop doing that shit. Please stop doing that shit. Please. Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade aren't even in the same atmosphere. They're not even in the same universe when it comes to boxing IQ. It's not even close. Just because David Benavides was able to beat Caleb Plant, that in no way, shape, form, or fashion at all means that anything like that will happen to Demetrius Andrade, right? Boxing IQ wise, Demetrius Andrade is light years above David Benavides, right? And light years above Caleb Plant. As far as his mind, he's light years above these niggas, right? Caleb Plant comes in the ring and he fights the same way every single fucking fight. He runs around the ring, he throws little pity pat punches. Somebody gotta say this shit. He throws little fucking pity pat punches, right? He got no fucking power, right? He does the same thing every fight. Demetrius Andrade doesn't fight the same way. Period. You can go to Demetrius Andrade's last 6 fights, and I guarantee you in his last 6 fights, he's not fighting the same in each fight. The level, the IQ that he has to fight in those different types of styles, right? He can fight off his back foot. He can fight at mid-range. He can fight in close, right? The IQ that he has to be able to fight those different ways, unlike Caleb Plant, who lacks the ability to fight on the inside, period, right? But also with Demetrius Andrade, not only does he have the ability to fight different ways in different fights, but he can come out round by round making adjustments. Round by round making adjustments. Caleb Plant doesn't have that ability. David Benavidez doesn't have that ability. Demetrius Andrade has that ability, right? He has that ability because he has a boxing IQ. Something that Caleb Plant doesn't have. Something that David Benavidez doesn't have at a high enough level to be compared to Demetrius Andrade, right? So, I said this shit before. I'm going to say this shit again. Not even fucking close. Demetrius Andrade is a better fucking fighter than David Benavidez, right? And I don't know why it's so difficult for niggas to comprehend. I don't know why niggas think, oh, well, he's a better fighter. But David Benavidez is bigger, so he's going to win the fight. Nigga, where? Skills always pay the bills in boxing. I said this shit earlier and I'm saying it again. Skills pay the bills in boxing, right? So that's the first reason. Demetrius Andrade is a better fighter, period, right? The second reason, and I said this for the Earl Spence Jr. fight versus Terrence Crawford, and I'm going to say it again for David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. David Benavidez is too predictable. He's too predictable, y'all. What the fuck, bro? Why we got to do this shit? He's too predictable, y'all. He's too predictable. His slow feet stuck in the mud. His pressure style, we know what he's gonna do. That's not a strength, y'all. That's not a strength when you're fighting a guy with the boxing IQ and acumen of a Demetrius Andrade. If he knows what you're gonna do, all he gotta do is find the tool in his vast tool bag in order to stop it. And then this man got a whole training camp put aside and prepared, dedicated to David Benavidez. Come on, y'all. You think Demetrius Andrade ain't going to be able to find a way to neutralize what David Benavidez does, right? You think Demetrius Andrade ain't going to be able to find a way to neutralize what he does? You don't think Demetrius Andrade possesses the level of counter-punching ability to be able to stop all those punches and bunches? You don't think Demetrius Andrade has the feet necessary to be able to maneuver and give Benavidez angles that he hasn't seen? Because he hasn't seen them, y'all. He hasn't seen them. Caleb Plant isn't going to show David Benavidez the angles that Demetrius Andrade is gonna show him. I need y'all to understand this shit, bro. I need y'all to understand this shit, bro. David Benavidez is too predictable for Demetrius Andrade. The second reason he's gonna lose, right? And that brings me to the third reason that he's gonna embarrass David Benavidez, right? And the third reason he's gonna embarrass David Benavidez is because David Benavidez lacks the experience. David Benavidez lacks the experience, y'all. And look, I know it's going to be some Canelo nut-hugging fanboy, some dude in the comment section like, what do you mean? Demetrius Andrade hasn't fought nobody. He's the guy who hasn't fought nobody, not David Benavidez, KD. Right? I already know what you ridiculous ass niggas are gonna say, but again, you niggas don't know shit about boxing, and it's proven over and over and over and over and over again. Every time you guys make predictions, every time you talk boxing, it's proven, right? He lacks the experience David Benavidez does, bro. Right? What do I mean when I say he lacks the experience? Oh, I'll tell you. Although that David Benavidez has more bigger named opponents on his resume, he lacks the diversity in skill set. Let me say that shit again, bro. He lacks the diversity in skill set, right? Not only that, but David Benavidez doesn't have much of an amateur career, right? But on the other hand, Demetrius Andrade is a standout amateur on the Olympic team. But not only that, but he's seen every kind of style there is to see on his come up, right? He didn't have an easy road of straight up and down type fighters to get in the ring with him, right? He had to fight a bunch of different types of styles at the world level, right? He had to adapt to different types of situations. David Benavidez hasn't had that. David Benavidez has never fought nobody who could give him lateral movement, right? And Caleb Plant doesn't count because he's mediocre at best at lateral movement, right? But that would be his only example of fighting somebody like that. And Caleb Plant gave him problems in the first 6 rounds of that fight. Right? So somebody like a Demetrius Andrade, who's head and shoulders above Caleb Plant, what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do with his angles and his lateral movement? What do you think he's going to do with that situation, right? Use your imagination. But I need y'all to understand that David Benavides lacks the experience in the ring with these kinds of styles. He doesn't have experience in the ring with slick guys. He doesn't have experience in the ring with southpaws. He doesn't have experience in the ring with guys with boxing IQ, guys that can come out every round and fight differently. He don't have that kind of experience, right? So he's going to be coming in there blind, trying it out for the first time, right? And this is going to be good experience for him, even though he's going to lose. He's going to be a better fighter after this particular fight, but he going to lose in this fight, y'all. He gonna fucking lose because he ain't got the experience. One of the reasons he gonna lose is because he ain't got the experience to deal with nobody like a Demetrius Andrade, right? So that's the third reason, y'all. And the fourth reason that David Benavides is gonna get embarrassed by Demetrius Andrade is he got the wrong idea when it comes to Demetrius Andrade. David Benavides is clearly has been watching too many of you niggas weird ass, joke ass YouTube channels. David Benavides clearly has been listening to the wrong people when it comes to Demetrius Andrade, right? Because himself thinks that Demetrius Andrade and Caleb Plant are similar, right? I've heard this nigga make comparisons between Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andrade like, huh? They are not similar at all, David Benavides. And it's one thing for a nigga online to make that comparison, but for you, the fighter, to say something like that, for you, the fighter, to think something like that, that's going to be part of the reason why you lose, bro. That's going to be part of the reason why you lose, David Benavides. Because you don't even know what you in there up against. You don't even know what you in there against, bro. You don't even know what you got sitting in front of you, fam. You don't even know who you gonna see on November 25th, right? And if you don't know who you gonna see on November 25th, how in the fuck are you gonna know how to react on November 25th is what I want to know. How in the fuck are you gonna know how to react on November 25th? Because Demetrius Andrade and David Benavides, Demetrius Andrade and Caleb Plant couldn't be further from each other. As far as style, as far as the caliber fighter, as far as everything, goddammit, right? As far as everything. You banking on Demetrius Andrade being like Caleb Plant, but that's not what you're gonna be in the ring with on November 25th, bro. You're not. You're not gonna see no damn Caleb Plant across the ring from you, bro. Right? You're not. Right? Not only that, but I heard him make some statements somewhere to the effect where he thinks that Demetrius Andrade ain't got no power. He thinks that Demetrius Andrade is gonna be going up there and not only fighting like Caleb Plant, but hitting like Caleb Plant too. You think Demetrius Andrade is gonna be in there hitting like Caleb Plant? David, you got the wrong impression of Demetrius Andrade. Because if you thinking like that, what you gonna do is come face first, looking to take all them shots, right? Looking to block as many punches with your face as possible. But that ain't gonna do nothing but get you hurt, bro. Because if it's one thing that Demetrius Andrade does consistently, is put niggas on their ass. And you gonna be yet another victim of that treatment, right? But that's the fourth reason why Demetrius Andrade is gonna embarrass David Benavides, right? That's the fourth reason. And the fifth reason is this. The fifth reason that Demetrius Andrade is gonna embarrass David Benavides is this. For the last 10 years, Demetrius Andrade has been ducked, he's been avoided, he's been maneuvered around, he's been disrespected, he's been criticized. When all he's ever wanted was the biggest and best fights around. All he's ever wanted was to prove that he was the best guy in and or around his weight division. All he's ever wanted to do was prove his worth as one of the best fighters in the world, right? So do you think for 1 second that given the opportunity after 10 years of wishing, hoping, and searching, that he's gonna do anything besides beat the hell out of David Benavides? You got Demetrius Andrade fucked up. You got Demetrius Andrade fucked up. This man go in there with more than enough motivation for everybody to see the best Demetrius Andrade that they've ever seen. Point blank, period, any discussion. But let me know your thoughts, bro. Hit it up in the comment section below. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of respect for David Benavides, but he gonna get his ass whooped. Let me know your thoughts. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit the goddamn like button on your way out. But until next time, bro, I'ma holla at y'all, man. Peace.
He called me a horrible fighter, but he just got beat by like a basic foundation.